Shadi gave a great overview of this compression machine, and I'd like to talk about how it really affects us as people, okay? None of these components of this compression machine are bad or good in and of themselves. And alone, they really don't affect us poorly. But when we add reward and punishment, criticism, judgment, and blame, it becomes like a power pressure machine that then uses those aspects, the hierarchies, the success, the hierarchy, the labels, and the assumption that humans are cogs in a wheel, and it puts this kind of emotional and psychological pressure on us. So as people in the middle, we're disrespected when we're seen as cogs in a wheel. And when we're disrespected, we're like this. We're automatically in defense mode, not because it's a personal problem, me, you, something's wrong with us, but that's a natural response to being disrespected in this world, okay? Because we humans were wired to survive. So anything that we perceive as a threat to that survival, even if it's monetary, which is not really a threat to our lives, but we take it that way because we need money in the world. But when we're seen as a replaceable cog in a wheel, not even a cog, but easily replaceable, here, you're a cost, I'm going to slash cost to and lay off people, or I'm going to merge and acquire companies and get rid of 30%, or I'm going to, outsource to India and get rid of people in one country and hire people in another. So it's like we're pawns on this game that's measured by money. And that puts us in a defensive mode. And when we're in a defensive mode, what do? We protect ourselves. So we respond in this frame, from this, mindset that, okay, I have to protect myself. If somebody criticizes my work, I may be fired. So I have to attack, or I have to counterattack, or I have to prove that it's actually not a valid criticism, or somebody's judging me and blaming me. And so we spend a lot of our time like this, basically, trying to react and respond to the reward and punishment and criticism, judgment, and blame. That puts us in a self-preservation mode, okay? We know it, right? We've been there. When we go to a meeting, we present our work, we've worked like crazy to create something good amidst the problems and challenges we have in our company or with our customers. And then somebody criticizes even like that, sometimes without thinking, and we're suddenly like, oh my God, I'm in danger. And I'm going to be like this. So this is why we have to dismantle the compression machine, the legacy industrial model, the model we live and work in today. We need to unravel it because working and living this way is very stressful, and it's not good for our health, and it really takes away our creativity, because when we're in self-preservation mode, we're taking care of our jobs, really, and we should, because we are wired for safety and for certainty. So if we see a threat, then we're going to react to it, and we should. So the question is, what can we do to the environment we're in so that at work we don't have to defend ourselves? We're safe, we're respected. If we're hired and we're part of that team, that means we don't have to prove ourselves. We have to do a lot of stuff. We have to solve problems, we have to collaborate, but that doesn't mean we have to prove our worth and prove that we're good enough to have that job. Now, a lot of people reject this and say, okay, if people aren't worried and if they're not anxious, they're not going to work hard. And that's a misnomer. That's a myth that we've had for centuries, and it's actually been proven untrue. We are motivated naturally to learn, to collaborate, to solve problems. We love that. Who doesn't love a great challenge? So we can start to create environments within the workplace, within society, that solves this. In other words, we may even have some of these, but we have to unravel them slowly by, firstly, getting rid of the punishment, criticism, judgment, and blame. That, as we do that, that's like the easiest low-hanging fruit we could do to change the environments that we have within our teams so that people can feel safe. And even if there are problems, everyone's going to take accountability and responsibility, yet not under threat. And so this is now what human-centric leading does, and we're creating a lot of videos to share this, but we wanted to describe and kind of illustrate this image so that we can really start to understand how it makes us feel. And when it makes us feel certain ways, we think certain ways, and we behave certain ways, and we get certain results that we have today. A lot of people in the world, in the working world, we want to change the way the workplace is. We're getting results that are not fun, not interesting, not creative, not innovative, and so we'd like to change that. And we are proposing this human-centric leading that shifts this. Small by small, but since when you start with CJB, criticism, judgment, and blame, a lot of other things fall away and things get easier. And so that's a process as well, because we can't just drop it because we've been educated to use it. We think CJB and punishment deters certain behavior or encourages other behavior, but what we're trying to do is ensure high quality work output in a collaborative mode without all these detrimental aspects. So that's what human-centric leading is all about.